Kansas City T-Bones proudly present T-Bones Baseball on the Air. Members of the American Association of Independent Professional Baseball Clubs and home of fun, well done. The T-Bones Broadcast Network is brought to you by Community America Credit Union, Austin's Trailers and Motorsports, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Price Chopper, Providence Medical Center, the Kansas Lottery, FlyKCI.com, Roma Bakery, Sheet Metal Local Number 2, and Kissick Construction. Now let's head out to the ballpark for the starting lineups and the first pitch with the voice of the T-Bones, Nathan Moore. Well, the Kansas City T-Bones gave up a late run to Wichita on Thursday night for the second consecutive night, and they ended up losing their second consecutive game to the Wingnuts by a final of 5-4 on Thursday night at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. But tonight it's a brand new series, a brand new homestand as Kansas City returns for 6 games, beginning with a 3-game homestand, or 3-game series rather, here against the Texas Air Hogs that are coming in here 28-55 overall. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into a cloudy night here at Community America Ballpark. I'm Matt Folks, filling in for Nathan Moore. Nate will be back with us tomorrow night. So Kansas City last night in the 8th inning with the game tied at 4-4 gave up what would be the winning run as Josh Tolles, after striking out the leadoff batter Brent Cleveland. Cleveland, however, reached on a drop third strike by catcher Tyler Moore. Tolles then walked former Kansas City teammate TJ Middlestat and gave up a single to Matt Chavez, loading the bases for Martin Medina, who sent a fly ball to left field that was deep enough to score Cleveland and give the Wingnuts a 5-4 lead. Tolles ended up striking out the next 2 Wingnuts. But coming out in the next inning, Frankie Reed recorded his 18th save of the season with a 1-2-3 inning. It was a tough one, though, at least to lead off, as Dalton Weed battled for a 10-pitch at bat before grounding out for the first out. So Kansas City, after winning 7 here at home last week, sweeping 2 series, their first series sweeps of the 2016 season, their longest winning streak of 2016. They have lost their last 2, but they come in here fresh here tonight as Mike Kickham will be on the mound for Kansas City. He is 3-2 overall, 2.86 ERA, and he'll be facing an Air Hogs team that has been struggling throughout this season. We'll talk about their struggles and some of the challenges they have faced. We've talked about it during the first homestand this season, but we'll talk about that as we go through this broadcast tonight. But Texas coming in here 28-55 overall. The T-Bones 38-45. For the visiting Air Hogs, your lineup tonight: batting first will be the shortstop Juan Sanchez. Batting second, the DH Leon Byrd. Batting third in center field, Michael Herr. Batting fourth at first base, Devin Rodriguez. Brian Bistain, who we've seen for the last several years here in this league, he's playing second base and batting fifth. Batting sixth, the right fielder Nick Akins Sr. Corey Morales is playing third base. He's batting seventh. Batting eighth, the catcher Michael Miller. And Kenny Peoples-Walls is batting ninth and playing left field. So again, it's Sanchez, Byrd, Herr, Rodriguez, Bistain, Akins, Morales, Miller, and Peoples-Wall for the Texas Air Hogs that are coming in here again 28-55. On the other side for Kansas City, leading off will be the center fielder Tyler Massey. Batting second at third base, Jimmy Mojica. Brett Wiley's at second base and batting third. Batting fourth, the first baseman Jake Blackwood. As we've seen, Anthony Gallus, the DH, he's batting fifth. Starlin Rodriguez is in left field tonight. He's batting sixth. Batting seventh. And in right field is Dalton Wheat. Your shortstop tonight, batting eighth, Vladimir Frias. And catching and hitting ninth is Tyler Moore. So again, it's a similar lineup to what we've seen here in the last couple weeks for Kansas City, with Massey, Mojica, Wiley, Blackwood, Gallus, Rodriguez, Wheat, Frias, and Tyler Moore, with Mike Kickham on the hill tonight. There is a possibility of rain tonight. I'm not trying to jinx anything, but it is what it is, and that's a very heavily clouded sky here tonight. So we'll see how this evening goes here for the T-Bones and the Air Hogs. The Air Hogs, we mentioned Kansas City winning 7 in a row here at home before winning just 1 of 4 at Wichita. On the other side, the Air Hogs have struggled of late. They have lost 6 in a row. And really, they've been a team without a home this year. 25 of their home games have been played in Grand Prairie. 25 have been played in Amarillo. And essentially, when they go home, quote unquote, they're going to a hotel, regardless of where they have played this season. So it's been a bit of a struggle. And who knows, that may be part of the reason they are 28 and 55 on the season. So it's the Air Hogs and the T-Bones coming up. We're going to take a break. Be back with your first pitch after this, as you listen to T-Bones Baseball on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning, the experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to Community America Ballpark as Kansas City gets set to begin a 3-game series here tonight against the Texas Air Hogs, and I guess technically they're not having all 3 games tonight. They'll play 1 tonight, 1 tomorrow night, and 1 on Sunday afternoon. Matt Folks here along with you to take you through tonight's action. Nathan Moore should be back with us tomorrow night. You know, he's an assistant football coach these days at up at Cameron High School, and so he is enjoying those duties, I'm sure, here tonight. So Mike Kickham will be on the hill for Kansas City tonight. Kickham making his 11th start of the season. In his last start against Laredo last Sunday, he gave up 4 hits and 1 run in 9 innings. However, that was not a complete game, as Kansas City went on to beat the Lemurs 2-1 in 10 innings. But that was the 7th consecutive win for Kansas City. They went on the road then, played a doubleheader on Tuesday, and Wichita ended up losing the first game, won the nightcap, and have lost the last couple nights late in each game. So it's been a couple heartbreaking losses for Kansas City here in these last couple nights. So it'll be Juan Sanchez, Leon Bird, and Michael Herr here to face Mike Kickham. Kickham 3-2 on the year, 2.86 ERA. The lefty wheels and deals. And the first pitch is inside as we're underway here at Community America Ballpark. Mike Kickham, 6'4", 220 pounds, out of Springfield, Missouri. The next pitch to Sanchez, in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Kickham has pitched in 66 innings this year, giving up 56 hits, 26 runs, 21 of those have been earned. As the 1-1 pitch, a chopper to third, Mojica with it. Over to first in time for out number 1. Defensively for Kansas City around the outfield tonight, Starlin Rodriguez in left, Tyler Massey in center, and Dalton Wheat in right. From third to first, Jimmy Mojica, Vladimir Frias, Brett Wiley, Jake Blackwood, with Tyler Moore behind the plate. So with the one away here in the first, it brings up the DH. The switch hitting Leon Bird as the first pitch is in there for a strike to Bird, who's hitting from the right side of the plate against the lefty Kickham. Kickham's strikeout to walk ratio this year, 51-19. Again, that's in 66 innings. Next pitch is outside. The 1-1 to Bird, just missing outside this time. Kickham has given up 2 home runs, 6 doubles, 2 triples. He has faced 270 hitters, and they're batting .235 against him. Here's the 2-1, lined in the center field for a 1-out single. So Leon Bird is aboard with 1 out here in the first. Brings up the center fielder, Michael Herr. Herr batting .277. Has 90 hits on the year. As the first pitch way inside. So Michael Herr, 10 hits away from 100 on the year. Devin Rodriguez, who awaits on deck, is 4 hits away from 100. A couple guys, Brian Bistain and Juan Sanchez, within 15. Herr in on the right side of the plate. Kickham with the 1-ball pitch. It's swung on and missed. One away, top of the first inning. Counts 1-1 to Michael Herr. Kickham, checking the runner at first. Now he'll throw over there, but diving back safely is Bird. Bird, not exactly a stolen base threat. He's 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts. Really, this Texas team doesn't steal a lot as a whole. As the next pitch on the outside part of the plate for a called strike. Brian Bistain leads the team in stolen bases with 18. Second on the team is Juan Sanchez with 6. Just a little bit of a disparity there as this pitch is fouled and beyond the seats on the first base side. By comparison, the Air Hogs with 48 stolen bases this year. Kansas City with 64. Kansas City with 3 players with 10 or more stolen bases. 1-2 the count to Herr. The kick and the pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Moore. Juan Sanchez led off this first inning with a ground out to Jimmy Mojica. Leon Bird singled, and now Michael Hers up there with a 2-2 count. As the next pitch on the outside part of the plate for a called third strike. So Kickham gets his first K of the night. And 2 outs here in the first for Devin Rodriguez. Rodriguez batting .297. And on the left side of the plate against Kickham, the lefty. As the first pitch is on the inside part of the plate for a called strike. Our old friends Brian Child behind the plate, Jordan Sandberg at first, Trent Delmont is at third. This is the same umpiring crew we had against Laredo last weekend. The next pitch to Rodriguez is swung on and lifted into shallow center field. A tough play. Frias is unable to come up with it. Going from first to third will be Bird on the Texas leaguer by Devin Rodriguez. Devin Rodriguez did not strike it very well, but it was placed perfectly about 15 feet into the grass in center field. Massey was playing fairly far back, so really the only hope was either Frias or Wiley coming up with it. Frias and Wiley both gave chase. Frias tried to dive, but could not get out quite far enough to make the play. So the second hit in the inning with the runners at first and third and 2 outs, it brings up Brian Bistain. Bistain batting .293 as he swings at the first pitch and lines it foul down the right field side. We've seen Brian Bistain quite a few times over these last few years. He has started all 82 games this year as this pitch is in there for a strike. Bistain and Sanchez, the only two Air Hogs who have started all 82 games. Bistain with 90 hits, including 11 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs. He's driven in 33 and scored 42. Runners at the corners with 2 outs and an 0-2 count to Bistain. As he awaits on the right side of the plate. Kickham, the lefty, comes set at the belt. The kick and the 0-2 pitch is grounded foul down the first base side as Bistain doing all he could to keep alive there. Kickham had an excellent outing last Sunday against the Laredo Lemurs. And remember, that was just a couple days removed from Jared Messer's complete game shutout of the Lemurs. And you had a feeling, in fact, we talked about it on the air, that you just had a feeling with the competitiveness of Kickham that he could turn in a similar performance. As the next 2-strike pitch is down the dirt, they will appeal and say that Bistain did not go around. But you just had this feeling that Kickham would learn all he could about the Lemurs from Jared Messer, see what worked for Messer. And it showed with the way he carved the Lemurs on Sunday afternoon. Here's the 1-2, way outside. In that game against Laredo, Kickham Again, went 9 innings, gave up 1 run, 4 hits, and walked just 1. He faced 32 batters and only 5 reached base. Here's the 2-2. Big swing and a miss. So Kickham will get a couple strikeouts here in the first inning. Will strand runners at the corners for the Air Hogs. So here in the first for Texas, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left on base. We played half an inning. It's Texas nothing, Kansas City coming up. Back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Texas nothing. Kansas City will get its first crack here this evening against Diego Ibarra. Diego 0-2 on the season, 1.97 ERA. A rookie right-hander. Ibarra, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds. Out of Riverside, California. He'll be facing Tyler Massey, Jimmy Mojica, Brett Wiley, the first 3 hitters for Kansas City here in the first inning. As Massey goes after the first pitch and fouls it in the seats. Tyler Massey, batting .284 on the year. I had mentioned that Texas has only 2 players who have started every game this year, as this is a high chopper to first, fielded by Rodriguez. He'll step on the base for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down with 2 pitches thrown here by Ibarra. But Massey, one of 2 players who have started every game for Kansas City, all 83 this year. The other, your shortstop, Vladimir Frias, the first pitch of Jimmy Mojica, is in there for a strike. Mojica, a latecomer this season to Kansas City. Big swing and a miss. Went after the off-speed pitch from Ibarra. Mojica starting his 19th game, playing in his 20th game as this pitch is on away. Batting .250 with 18 hits, 3 doubles. No triples, 1 home run, 11 driven in. As he goes after this one and pops it up on the right side. Rodriguez, the first baseman, camps under and pulls it down for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down as Kansas City's offense just here early on at least really trying to jump on Ibarra. Ibarra making his 3rd start of the season. He started last weekend as this pitch is in there for a strike to Wiley. On August 13th against Joplin, he struck out 4, gave up 7 hits and 2 runs in 6 innings. Next pitch to Wiley is in there for a strike. Brett Wiley leading Kansas City with a .325 average. On his heels is the right fielder Dalton Wheat at .324. Here's the next pitch to Wiley. It's outside. Wiley with 95 hits on the year. He had 3 hits last night against Wichita. Here's the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Line sharply, just foul down the right field side. So Wiley leads the team with 95 hits. Tyler Massey second with 92. Massey, however, leads the team in doubles with 22. Wiley second with 21. Here's the windup of the 1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch, changeup that's into the seats. Wiley with 3 doubles, 5 home runs. He's driven in 42, which is second on the team, to Jake Blackwood's 63. Next pitch is lined sharply over the glove of Rodriguez, the first baseman, into right field. Rodriguez made a jump for it, made a leap for it. A sharply lined ball by Brett Wiley that would make Rodriguez think first base is the hot corner. So the first hit of the night for Kansas City comes with 2 away here in the first inning. And it brings up the first baseman, Jake Blackwood. No score. We're in the bottom of the first here at Community America Ballpark. As the first pitch to Blackwood is in there for a strike. Jake batting .264. 13 home runs, 63 driven in. As he pops this one up, when it's going to go into the seats behind the Texas dugout. Blackwood, one of 2 T-Bones who went hitless last night. He went 0 for 5 against the Wingnuts. The other was Frias, who went 0 for 4. Ibarra kicks and delivers, and Blackwood chases one out of the zone for strike 3. So the first strikeout for Ibarra comes here in the first inning. Kansas City with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We've played an inning. We head to the second. No score here at Community America Ballpark. We're back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
No scores. We go to the top half of the second inning. Matt Folks here along with you on Olympic night here at Community America Ballpark. We hope you've been, and we, as if I have anything to say about it, Have you been watching the Olympics? That's probably a better way to say it. I am not a huge Summer Olympic fan, as the first pitch to Nick Akins from Mike Kickham is low and away. I am not a huge Summer Olympics fan, more of a Winter Olympics guy. Big swing and a miss. However, I do enjoy track and field. Do enjoy some of the stories that we hear. Not a big swimming fan. Check swing chopper down to short. Frias up with it, charging in, throws to first. He gets away from Blackwood. Goes off the tarp, so Akins will be in there safely at first base. It'll be interesting to see what they rule that one. It was a tough play for Frias, but if the throw is good, the runner would have been out by about 3 steps, and sure enough, E6 on the play. So it brings up the third baseman, Corey Morales, who goes after the first pitch and comes up empty. Next pitch is bloop toward right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Going from first to third will be Akins, and we see where that error comes back to get Kansas City. So instead of 1 out and a runner at first base, there are nobody out and runners at the corners for Michael Miller, the number 8 hitter. No score, top of the second inning, but I did not see the match, but did you see the American woman with the wrestling gold medal last night? Helen Maroulis, I think is her name, or Maroulis. Do yourself a favor and go look up Helen, Maroulis, sometime. After our game, you can just stay here on the YouTube and find it as the 1-strike pitch is in the dirt, gets away from Moore, so Morales will move up to second base. And just like that, Texas will have runners at second and third with nobody out. But do yourself a favor and go watch the gold medal ceremony, as that was ball 4. So Michael Miller will be at first base, and the bases will be loaded with nobody out for Kenny Peoples-Walz. So this all started with an error by Vladimir Frias on a slow roller by Nick Akins. And just like that, the bases are loaded, so we'll see if Kickham can work around this little pickle with nobody out here in the second. We have seen him do it before. He did it last weekend. He wasn't in too much danger too many times against Laredo's. He went 9 innings. Laredo scored in the 4th inning of that game, I believe. But Kickham was able to work around a little pickle there, but he has one to face. It's right after Bill Sobey has a little chat. Kickham was getting ready to deliver a pitch, and then he calls his catcher Tyler Moore out. So Akins at third, Morales at second, Miller at first. And Kenny Peoples-Walls is the batter. Walls in just his 10th game of the year. As the first pitch is down low. The reason I sound somewhat surprised by that is I just remember the name. We remember the name here in the press box of Kenny Peoples-Walls from early this season, the first time these two teams played back in May. And yet trying to figure out, okay, how is Kenny Peoples-Walls playing just his 10th game as he fouls this pitch off? Well, he played a few games early in the year, was released, and then brought back here recently. So that is how he is playing, just his 11th game of the season. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's high and away. In that 4-game series starting off the year, Kenny Peoples-Walls played in 3 games. In those 3 games, he got 5 hits in 12 at-bats, so .417 he's hitting against Kansas City as he foul tips this one. And it catches Moore on the inside part of the leg. As trainer Josh Adams will come out and check on Tyler Moore. Kansas City at the beginning of the series at Wichita. As now Josh Hodges will take some water out to one of his catchers. Josh Hodges is one of those guys that he loves the game so much, just wants to get on the field whenever he can. He, as you may remember, during that last homestand, he was a pinch runner when catcher Steve Swingle got hurt. Swingle ended up making it to third, and Hodges went in as a pinch runner. And I asked Maz the next day, I said, is Hodges one of those guys that is bugging you to let him hit at some point? He said, I hear from him almost every day. As Tyler Moore is now up and kind of shaking his legs a little bit. But the backup catcher for Kansas City right now is rookie Nolan Johnson, who was signed on Monday. Now the fans will give Moore a bit of applause. So we'll see when we see Johnson again, as Kickham will now deliver a couple warm-up pitches, make sure Tyler Moore is okay. Johnson, the rookie out of Minnesota State, made his professional debut this year for Sioux City. His first appearance with Kansas City was on that Tuesday doubleheader. On Elvis Day, by the way. Now Moore is okay, and we'll get back to action now with Kenny Peoples-Walls. Counts 2-2, nobody out, bases loaded. They kick in the pitch. Chopper headed toward the Texas dugout. In those 3 games back in May, Kenny Peoples-Walls, 5 for 12, 2 doubles, 1 triple. All of that was here at Community America Ballpark. In on the right side of the plate is a 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Kickham will get his 3rd strikeout of the game, but more importantly, he will get a big first out here in the 2nd inning. With 1 away in the inning, we'll flip the lineup and go to Juan Sanchez. Has some very Ominous clouds beginning to roll in a little bit here in Kansas City. First pitch to Sanchez, fouled back to the screen. They have said that, as there's a little bit of thunder, they have said that rain could hit between 8 and 11. It is 7:40 here Central Time. Here's the one-strike pitch to Sanchez. It's fouled back to the screen. For those of us in Kansas City, we've been in a bit of a dry spell. And you're wishing for rain overnight. Here's a chopper to third. Mojica tries to backhand it. It goes into left field as it skips over his glove. That's going to score 2 runs and give Texas a 2-0 lead here in the second inning. We have seen Mojica do that a couple times. As he tries to backhand it. And for now, they'll give Sanchez a base hit. But we've seen Mojica do that a couple times where whether it's grounded too sharply or he thinks he has a better play, instead of trying to get in front of it, he waits for a moment, tries to backhand it. As this one's back to kick him, he'll go to second for 1. Over to first as Frias makes another bad throw. That's going to score a run as Miller comes in to score, makes it a 3-0 game here in the second inning. And in a game such as this, let's just state the obvious real quick. In a game such as this, with rain a possibility, every run is crucial. Because, of course, if you end up just playing a 5-inning game, that always becomes a possibility. So fielder's choice for Sanchez, or for Bird rather. As the next pitch to her is swung on and missed. Sanchez was out at second base. As the next pitch to her is lined to Wiley, who'll make the play for out number 3. So a nice snag by Brett Wiley for the third out here in the second inning, but not before Texas will come away with 3 runs. They do it on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the second, 3-0 in favor of the Air Hogs. We're back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. Providence Medical Group has offices in Bonner Springs, Basehor, Tonganoxie, Lansing, Leavenworth, and KCK. That's why we're the go-to community hospital in the region. If you're a T-Bones fan, count on the medical team that takes care of your team. The great doctors of Providence Medical Center, just east of the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Anthony Gallus leads things off and pops this one up. As we go to the second inning, the shortstop Sanchez will camp under and pull it down for the first out. So one away here in the second with Texas leading at 3-0. Brings up Starlin Rodriguez. So there were 2 errors in the top half of this inning. Just a quick correction. Frias was charged with 2 errors in the second. One that allowed Akins to reach, as the first pitch is in there for a strike to Rodriguez. Next pitch is high and inside, and the count's 1-1. There's 1 out in the inning as the board is showing Anthony Gallus up. It is Starlin Rodriguez who grounds this one to Morales at third. He'll throw to first for out number 2. So Gallus out on a P6, and now Rodriguez out 5-3 for out number 2. Kansas City has seen Ibarra throw just 17 pitches through 1 2/3 innings. As Dalton Weed will be the batter now. The second error against Frias was on that double play attempt that Bird reached on a fielder's choice. They got Sanchez on the 1-6 put out as this one's lined into center field for a base hit. So the 2 leading hitters for Kansas City, each with a base hit here tonight. Brett Wiley had a 2-out hit in the first. And now Dalton Weed with a 2-out single here in the second brings up Vladimir Frias. But on the throw, after retiring Sanchez at second base, Frias was trying to turn the double play, made a bad throw to first to Blackwood. And that allowed Michael Miller to come in. So 2 errors in the game for Kansas City. And Vladimir Frias is the batter with 2 outs. First pitch to Vladdy is launched down the right field side, and this one is gone. Home run, Vladimir Frias. So what's the old thought, the old adage about guys making a great play defensively and then they come up early the next inning? Well, Vladimir Frias, just talking about him, with 2 big errors in the top of this inning that resulted in a couple runs. And now Vladdy with 2 outs here in the second will give Kansas City its first 2 runs of the night, with his 6th home run and RBIs number 32 and 33. Brings up the catcher, Tyler Moore. So it's 3-2 Texas now as Moore goes after this one and comes up empty. Moore, who had 3 hits last night, will not get his first hit here at this at-bat as he strikes out, ending the second inning. He'll be the second strikeout for Ibarra. And the third out here in the second inning. But not before Vladimir Frias will cut into this Texas League with a big 2-run homer, giving Kansas City 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 2 in the books. We head to the third. Texas 3, Kansas City 2. We're back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
We go to the third inning. It'll be Devin Rodriguez, Brian Bistain, Nick Akins, or Nick Akins Sr. As the dark clouds continue to roll by here at Community America Ballpark. We've heard some thunder here tonight, but we're getting closer to that 8 o'clock hours. The first pitch misses to Michael Herb, but I had mentioned an inning ago that how crucial each run is, especially on a night when rain is expected. As Herb goes after this one, pops it up into shallow right. Wiley, the second baseman, drifts back, camps under it, and pulls it down for out number 1. But after giving up 3 runs in the second inning on 2 big errors from Vladimir Frias, Vladdy comes back in the bottom of the second and launches a home run to right field that has made this a 3-2 game here in the third. So Brian Bistain, the batter now. Bistain struck out his first time up. Grounds the first pitch to Mojica, who gets a nice Sunday hop, takes his time, throws to first in time for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here in the third inning, and brings up the right fielder, Nick Akins Sr. The broadcaster for Texas sent me a text just a few minutes ago, said, hey, can you guys refer to Nick Akins as Nick Akins Sr.? He likes that, evidently has a young son, and proud papa wanting to be called Nick Akins Sr. So we will acquiesce here. Two outs, top of the third inning, 3-2 Texas. The kick and the pitch is down low to Akins. As the 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Texas was off yesterday. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Just a little bit outside. You could tell Kickham really wanted that called third strike. Texas was off yesterday. They last played on Wednesday. They lost to Laredo in Laredo by a final of 3-0. Nick Akins in on the right side of the plate. Kickham wheels and deals the payoff pitch, and it paints the black on the outside corner for a called third strike. So 4 strikeouts in the game for Kickham and a 1-2-3 inning here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the third. Texas 3, Kansas City 2. We're back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Well, the T-Bones trailing this one 3-2 as we go to the bottom half of the third inning, and we will be back at the top of the lineup with Tyler Massey, Jimmy Mojica, and Brett Wiley. Matt Folks here along with you at Community America Ballpark on one of those very ominous kind of nights as the dark clouds continue to roll across the sky here. As the sun would normally be setting about this time, but we saw sun earlier today as the first pitch is in there for a strike to Massey. We had sun here earlier in the day. Peaks of sun here late this afternoon, but then as Massey chases one way inside. So the count 0-2 now to Tyler Massey. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Next pitch is lined toward right field. Akins coming in. He will reach up and make the play for out number 1. As now there's a bunch of lightning overhead, a couple quick shots of lightning. As Massey flies out for the first out here in the third inning. Brings up the third baseman, Jimmy Mojica. But then about 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere in there, the clouds really started to roll in as first pitch missing high and inside to Mojica. So we are in the bottom of the third inning. Air Hogs leading at 3-2. Ibarra's next pitch is in there for a called strike. The next couple days here in Kansas City is supposed to be absolutely gorgeous. Supposed to be sunny, mostly sunny tomorrow, 77. As the next pitch to Mojica, big swing and a miss. He's down on the count 1-2. And then Sunday, sunny and 82. A 1-2 pitch is going away. Who would have thunk it? August 20th and August 21st in Kansas City, the temperatures would be 77 and 82. As Mojica lines this one down toward the GA section of seats. So the count remains 2-2. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch that was left upstairs. Mojica went chasing it. It came up empty. So 3 strikeouts for Ibarra. And with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning, it brings up the second baseman, Brett Wiley. Wiley singled with 2 outs his first time up. That was back in the 1st inning. Ibarra's 1-ball pitch is swung on a missed. Brett Wiley continuing his hot hitting. He went 3 for 5 last night as this pitch is in there for a strike. Kansas City trailed much of that game last night. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Grounded sharply toward the tarp of all places as a shot of lightning was seen right before that pitch. Next pitch grounded. The second baseman Bistain up with it over to first in time for the 3rd out. So each pitcher here in the 3rd inning recording a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 4th. It's 3-2 in favor of Texas. We're back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Well, with the clouds getting a little darker, both pitchers really seem, and as well as the umpires, really wanting to move things along as we go now to the 4th inning. Texas leading at 3-2 as we go to the 4th. It's going to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Morales, Miller, and Peoples Walls here to face Mike Kickham. First pitch from Morales, swung on a missed. Morales singled in the 2nd inning, came in to score. That 2nd inning is when Texas scored all 3 of its runs thus far. The windup of the next pitch to Morales is fouled back over our heads. As the next pitch is in the dirt. And the count's 1-2 now to Morales. Next one misses. It's 2-2. Kickham with the 2-2 pitch. It's on the ground towards second. Wiley up with it. Over to first in time for out number one. For those of you who are outside the Kansas City area, I'm going to post a couple pictures to our Facebook page for you showing I've talked about the clouds and two pictures. This pitch is in there for a called strike, but two photographs that were taken within half an inning of each other. Here's the next pitch, swung on a missed. As Kickham with the windup and the 2-strike pitch. It's in the dirt. Tomorrow night, Military Appreciation Night. It's going to be a very cool night here at Community America Ballpark. As here's a soft liner over to Wiley, who will make the play for out number two. Military Appreciation Night, always one of our big nights, one of our fun nights of the year. And all I will tell you is that you want to be out here tomorrow night. You go to tbonesbaseball.com and get your tickets online, print them, and bring them with you tomorrow night, 7:05. Fireworks after the game, but I'm just telling you, get here, get in your seats by about 6:30 or so for a very cool pregame ceremony, a very cool evening, honoring our friends in the military, those people who, quite frankly, have done something or are doing something that people like me don't have the guts to do. Here's the 2-ball pitch to Peoples Walls. He'll ground it. Frias backhands it. Throws to first, not quite in time, as Peoples Walls will have an infield single with 2 outs here in the fourth. So I give a major tip of the cap to anyone who has or is serving. So part of the reason I enjoy tomorrow night so much, but we hope you'll come out and join us as well. We go back to the top of the lineup with 2 outs and runner at first for Juan Sanchez. Sanchez in on the right side of the plate as the first pitch is right down the chute for a called strike. Here's the 1-strike pitch. A chopper towards short. Frias takes it himself, steps on second base. And that'll do it for the Air Hogs here in the fourth. For Texas, they come away with no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. And 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Texas 3, Kansas City 2. We're back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Well, and just like that, and I just posted the pictures of the clouds, and just like that, the rain has hit. The tarp is coming out in this 3-2 game as we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. We knew it was coming. We knew, or have been told, have been thinking that it was a possibility of hitting between 8 and 11. And for all the grief, for all the bad talking I do of the meteorologists, the weather people here in town, here in Kansas City, and Kansas City, quite frankly, and you can read stories about this, but Kansas City is one of these areas that it's actually very tough to predict the weather in Kansas City. It changes so frequently, so quickly. You can have something blowing in, and then suddenly it hits the Tonganoxie split and heads off a different direction. Different things can happen, but the flags in left center have really shifted. It was blowing in a little bit of a breeze early on, but now they have shifted from basically left field to right field. The tarp is coming on. And, folks, I have a feeling we could be in this one for a little while as both teams are heading to their respective clubhouses. So we will be in a bit of a rain delay here from Community America Ballpark. Tell you what, here's how we will do this. Is now the wind is picking up the tarp, and wow. Now a couple of the air hogs are helping get involved and helping pull that tarp. But basically that wind came up from basically behind shortstop, caught under that thing, and they were in the process of trying to tie it down, and it just started taking it off. So the tarp, especially with the wind at your back, the tarp is not easy to pull, but they have probably 15, 20 guys out there from the grounds crew, from the operations department, from ticketing, from the air hogs, all out there trying to get that tarp back on, and now they have the dirt completely covered. But here's what we'll do. We'll talk about this game here for a moment or two, and then we're going to play some music. Nothing you've heard before, but we'll play some music for a little bit during this rain delay. And if it looks like it's going to go on for a while, we will probably just end this broadcast. And this goes more for our YouTube people. When we end the broadcast, and if play resumes tonight, once we restart it, if you have subscribed to our YouTube page, you will get a notification that we've restarted the broadcast. So keep that in mind. But this is one of those games, and, you know, here's the unfortunate thing about this game, especially if you are a Kansas City fan. This is a game that, with Mike Kickham on the mound, you expect big things out of Kickham. And so we'll have to wait and see if he's able to come out after the rain delay, how long this rain delay goes, if we're able to get play in tonight. But again, Kansas City was getting ready to come up here in the bottom of the fourth inning, trailing it by a score of 3-2 as in the second inning, after an error by Vladimir Frias, allowed the leadoff hitter Nick Aiken Sr. to get on. Corey Morales singled. Michael Miller walked. And then after Kickham was able to strike out Peoples Walls, Sanchez singled. And Bird reached on a fielder's choice. On that fielder's choice play, Sanchez was throwing out second base, but as Frias was turning the double play, the throw was a wild one, got away from Blackwood and allowed a run to come in. So after a couple errors in the inning by Vladimir Frias, Texas had taken a 3-0 lead, but in the bottom of the inning, Frias helped reverse that for Kansas City with a big 2-run homer that scored Dalton Wheat. Those both coming with 2 outs after Gallus popped out and Rodriguez grounded out. Wheat singled, and Vladimir Frias launched his 6th home run of the year and RBIs number 32 and 33 as he lined it to the berm out in right field. So that's where we stand, 3-2. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning in this rain delay, we're going to play some music. I'll try to check in here momentarily, but once we get a word on what's going to happen here, if it looks like this is going to be a long rain delay, and quite frankly, the way they're still putting the tarp down, with the way they're securing it, and the way the flags are blowing with this rain coming in, this could be an extended rain delay. And it does look like, looking at the radar, the rain could be here for a little bit. But if it looks like it will be, we will end this broadcast, and then we will restart a new stream audio-wise. So, again, if you subscribe to our page on YouTube, you will get a notification when we start that new broadcast. So let's play this for you and be back here momentarily. Welcome back to Community America Ballpark. In case you stuck around, we are in a rain delay. 3-2. This is going to be a pretty long one. So here's what we're going to do, at least on the YouTube side of this. We're going to go on and end this broadcast for now. We're going to stop the stream, and then we will come back in a little bit. So those of you who are listening who are subscribed to our YouTube page, I believe you should get a notification, especially if you've signed up for that. You should get a notification if and when we're able to restart play here. Both teams, immediately when the rain hit, both teams headed to their respective clubhouses, which usually tells you that this could take a little while. And this has been a very fast, very hard rain. It's still coming down pretty good. The warning track is extremely wet, but thankfully the grounds crew was able to get the tarp on as the rain was getting ready to start. So they actually started getting the tarp on before the rain started. And within seconds of getting that tarp initially down, the wind shifted, the rains came, and that's where we stand now. 3-2 in favor of Texas. We were getting ready to go to the bottom of the fourth inning. So here's what we'll do. We're going to end this stream now, and then we will pick it back up if and when we resume play here tonight. Credit Union, Austin's Trailers and Motorsports, Funweiser, Coca-Cola, Price Chopper, Providence Medical Center, the Kansas Lottery, FlyKCI.com, Roma Bakery, Sheet Metal Local Number 2, and Kissick Construction. Tune in online all season to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Click on the Watch Live or Listen Live buttons at tbonesbaseball.com. T-Bones Baseball, that's fun. Well done.